To another episode. You can see we've been doing stuff already. Yep, it's actually the afternoon now, 2 o'clock-ish. Got the wife to come down, she actually helped, which is good, a little bit. So yeah, thank you dear. I know it's not your most pleasurable thing to do. So yeah, I got her doing a bit of sanding, didn't like that. So she got on and did the masking. So we've masked the cab up, so that's good. Obviously got a mask at the under the car at the moment, but I'm not too, we'll do that right at the last minute. But yeah, so thank you dear for masking that, saved me an hour or so doing that. So yeah, so that's all good. She backmasked that, learned what a backmasking was. So yeah, she looked very nice in her overalls. So what else we got? What else? Working on the second door, the driver's door. Yeah, ignore the little bit of filler. So we're doing that. We've been sanding a bit, been doing the tops of the rails a little bit. Finished the gutters off, sanded them, just a little bit more to go on that. Double checked the roof, sanded that down a little bit. Got to take a lot more of this off yet, go across with a bit coarser, and then got to do all the low bed area and everything. Taking all the door hinges off now. Sanded the A panel down a bit. You can actually see where just a little bit where the hinges pull in slightly sometimes. It's not perfectly flat. So anyway, yeah, so that A panel's getting there. Got to prep all around the doors, get that all cleaned out. Obviously a lot of dust. We got the passenger door in a bit of epoxy primer in certain areas, so just letting that go off. Sand that back down, ready for the filler primer to go back on. I think I might have just got to do a little bit on the back. Haven't touched the tailgate yet. And the evil bonnet we need to get back onto. So we're just going to block the door down. I'm sure I did more, but that sort of stuff just takes ages anyway, doesn't it? So we'll block the door down and yeah, get on with it. Just putting off other things. Well, not. I'll put off other things, so I'm back onto the bonnet now, because I've put so much off putting off the bonnet. Anyway, I think I've actually made it worse and actually made it better. Well, yeah, all we can do is get the block on it. I used some old filler on this, so it seems a bit tougher than the other filler I got. Anyway, this should get me a few thumbs down, shouldn't it? Blocked off the bonnet a bit. Got a bit of epoxy primer on the bare metal bits. Oh, yeah. Looks like a map of the world, doesn't it? I think, look, there's England. There's maybe France. Yeah. I don't know. I like to say it looks worse than it is, but yeah. All right, I'm just going around now, just doing loads of little bits, just doing all the bits I haven't done, scotching them down a bit, sanding them down, whatever's needed. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. And this is Thursday, we've come back. Oh! Now don't get too excited, lads. Well, this is where in daylight now I left, you can already see where. Oh, anyway, it went bad. It went bad for long. It was going all right until I mixed up the paint, and then I put it in the gun. And yeah, I think my compressor is way too small. Something's wrong. I wasn't getting a good spray pattern at all. I persevered because I'd already mixed all the paint up, and it's just like, well, it had to be done. And so then I realised loads of things went wrong. When I poured the hardener out, I thought this hardener don't look good. Thinking about it, when's the last time I used it? Oh, it's been a while. Google, does hardener go off? People say yes, but it seems to at least be touch dry, so that's plus point, it's dry. The fan spread wasn't very good, and so I just persevered. Most painters would have stopped and just done something else. I didn't, I carried on. And we got paint on, so you can see I've got some runs in places. I've got about 3 coats on things and more runs down there. But again, this is filler primer. It's always possible to sand back. So I'm actually quite pleased with what I'm seeing, even if the professionals aren't there. There's definitely areas that I've missed, but I've tried to get sort of quite a bit as best I could on the rear quarters, wings and doors and roof. Thinking, well, they're the bits that need blocking to a certain extent. Bits up here, door pillars and stuff. Cool, it's not But yeah, anyway, this is where we are. We're in filler primer. So next thing to do is crack open a beer. Oh, look at that, Niagara Falls. Crack open a beer and put some guide coat on, and we'll rub it down with a bit of 500, I think, because that's what I saw somebody else do. And yeah, so yeah, this is obviously I did this late Wednesday night. It started out a really long day Wednesday. I was absolutely knackered last night, then still couldn't go to sleep. Stopped and got fish and chips, by the way, just for interest. So I don't know. It actually looks surprisingly well for what I'd done. But it really does already highlight certain areas that I need to have a look at. The gutters there where we sort of do stuff, they're going to need a bit of work. So the idea is spend another day or so fixing all these bits, guide coating it down, and blah, blah, blah. And then we'll try and hit it again with some more primer with the new compressor, which I'll get from my house because it's a lot bigger. I think this just wasn't, the volume of air just wasn't happening. And we'll go again with some new filler primer that came, and then we can then think about top coat at some point. But yeah, it's a lovely weekend. We need to get on. Yay. Got nowhere to put it down. Not a professional. Not a professional. About a can, bit of satin black. And then you spray over the whole lot. There you go. There you go. What they call guide coat, from what they say on the internet. And basically what you do is now you rub, let that dry, then you rub it off. Once the black goes, you know everything's flat. If you've any black bits stay, you know it's a high spot you need to do something with. Hopefully the next layer of filler fills it. Done all the car. So the principle is, I think I should just lacquer it and leave it like that, to be honest. The principle is, you sand off the black and hope the black stays and the black goes, and how's that? That's on the floor. So yeah, if it's a big flat area like this, you need to block it. So this is all I'm doing. This is all I've got. Wheels out. Till it changes a nice whiter colour. You can already see the darker areas. That's the low points. So you need to get rid of that so it's all one colour hopefully, and if it stays dark, what you need to do is put some filler in or do something with it. That's the principle. Big flat surfaces like this, you want to try and block it. Obviously curved edges, you know, use a sander pad if you want, the soft pad, you know, whatever, with a spongy bit on it. Anyway, watch the other YouTube videos on how to do it properly. Learn by my mistakes.